What's up, boys? I'm back with some more of the Elemental Beam Heavy Gunner. I'm looking for the overclocks on the flamethrower and the cryo cannon that were added in the last patch a while ago that give them a large increase to range and damage. And then I'm going to try and stack some beam range to make the elemental beams hit the entire screen. And that's about it. We've got the Heavy Gunner passive to increase the weapon range and reload speed of all heavy weapons. And I'm not going to be putting anything really into the Thunderhead since that's kinetic and not a beam weapon. And then I'm going to be scaling up the hit damage and crit stats since the overclock also gives a decent amount of damage to the hits, but not to any of the status effects. I guess I'll take a little bit of damage here. It is pretty helpful early on, especially if you run into an early shellback. The Thunderhead is immensely helpful for dealing with them. Bit of armor. Trying to grab all the gold here so that I can reroll into either of them. I love it. Literally every enemy is behind me, and it's just firing in the complete opposite direction where there isn't a single enemy. Sick. So none of those have the upgrade. None of those. None of those. Cryo cannon. I can work with that. Nitrous scanner or two useless things. I guess we are scanning. Let's take some early pickup radius to help with collecting XP and resources. Potency, sure. Going to need a lot of weapon levels since I need to hit level 18 on two different ones. Ooh, paint job, that's pretty helpful. That might be all the resources since I had to use quite a bit of gold there. Big heavy reload, I will take that over a Thunderhead. So one of the devs did tease that there was something about shellbacks in the patch notes. Didn't give any specifics, just that he was writing the patch notes and that there was something related to shellbacks. So I'm hoping they'll be more manageable on the first level now. But luckily I didn't even get them here. Bit more heavy reload, I guess. The Thunderhead just doesn't really synergize at all with what I'm doing. Another cryo cannon level. Another cryo level into the first overclock. Let's get the +1 beams, I think. Increase the AoE coverage combined with all the beam range I'm going to be looking for. Bit of armor or some pickup. I'll go with some more pickup. It's still pretty early. So now I need to hit the flamethrower. Nope. 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 I guess the sludge pump? That is a lot of wasted money. And I couldn't even get the second weapon. Let's get some movement speed here. I don't know that lifetime is that great, but nothing there is amazing. Lifetime is pretty good on the sludge pump at least. Reload speed, I guess. Let's get some armor. Big pickup radius. Alright, I can do maybe one reroll. All of that gold wasted, that's helpful. I guess. And nothing.
Let's get out of here. You want something done right?
Status damage just doesn't really sound that useful here. I'll take some more reload for the sludge pump. I can barely even hit a hoarder right now.
Swarm is heading your way. Load up.
The earlier you find them, the better, since you can potentially get a decent artifact on them. But man, it is hard to actually stay on them this early. So I guess we're re-rolling for the flamethrower. Finally, over 100 gold later.
The swarm is heading your way. Load up.
Well, those are all terrible. Bit of gold or some healing. Probably gold since I wasted so much. grab a level on the sludge pump. Wow, these are some of the worst artifacts that I've ever had in a row. Two supply pods and a hoarder, and the only decent artifact was the nitro scanner. Bit of damage, I guess. I'm gonna need to actually get some damage on the elites, I think. So I'm gonna run around a bit slower so the beams are actually hitting them at the same time as well. Some detonator damage. That level up kind of knocks them out of there. I'll take the weapon range since I want a lot of that. Sludge pump, I guess. Try and get some more detonators on them since they're still pretty healthy. Let's get, I guess, a sludge pump. I'll take some crit. This is what I'm going for, and I mainly want the flamethrower and cryo cannon. Cryo cannon level, still need a lot there. Another cryo level. Let's try and get some rocks on them, they're still very healthy. Another cryo level gets me an overclock. Damage at the cost of potency, that's actually not bad for the run here. 10% isn't that much to lose. Damage for the flamethrower. Let's reroll that. I guess some potency for the sludge pump, since that's more of a debuffer here. Flamethrower level. Let's get the magnet so that I'll hopefully have enough damage to kill them. flamethrower level, cryo level, beam range, cryo level, flamethrower level. Let me get some mining speed here. So many numbers. Let's get some crit chance. Sure. They are getting really fast. Please finish him. Ooh, big potency for the cryo. I can't see where the arrows are with all those green numbers. Crit chance, sure. So many colors. More weapon range.
Stage 2 completed. Taking it to stage 3. Well done.
How am I doing on reload speed and lifetime? 19.5 versus 2. That's fine. Sludge pump is not super important. They're both around 90% uptime, so I really don't need those.
Hell yeah!
Lifetime, I guess, reload speed and damage. Bit of mining speed, some crits.
Surely next time will be better.
Some cheap levels for the flamethrower.
Nothing for me here. Let's try
I'm
again.
gonna see what else there is. Some cryo levels.
A gorgeous gun for a gorgeous dwarf. Next.
Another cryo.
Can't get enough of this.
There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Plus 50% weapon range, some decent damage and lifetime.
Overclock. Rock.
And I want to get that on the flamethrower as well. So I'm actively trying to avoid reload speed and lifetime, and I'm at 29 versus 1.71. That's getting fairly close to 95% uptime, I think.
Detected. Get ready. They'll be with you shortly. Tripod prepped and ready, miner. We need you to clean up the landing zone.
I think the flamethrower still has the balance overclock where it's plus 100% damage for the hit itself, but it lowers the lifetime. That would be pretty cool for the build here, where I'm scaling up the weapon damage. And the lifetime on it's so high already, it wouldn't even hurt that much. That'll give me an overclock, and potency is one of the best stats for it. I'll take the reload speed. Nitrous scanners, I guess the only option here. Pop-up actually could work with the cryo cannon, but reload... Actually, no, those stats don't even do anything for me. Fire rate is completely useless and reload speed's pretty bad. Even if I could actually use it with the cryo cannon, it just wouldn't actually help me much. Reload speed just doesn't really do anything there. Ooh, weapon range. A slasher and a Mactera. That is a lot of roly boys. Look at those guys. I feel like with this much range I could use some more beams for the cryo cannon, just to really increase the coverage. Another flamethrower level. The damage doesn't really seem to be there currently. Let's pull them into some detonators. I'm actually pretty high level for this point as well. Decent crit chance. Oh god, the lag there. I'll take a damage for that. Let's turn off dot effects at least, because the numbers are getting pretty crazy at some points. Another flamethrower level.
The clock's ticking, Miner. Get it wrapped up.
Bit of damage, I guess.
Don't get this wrapped up soon. It's all over, Miner.
Honestly, I'm gonna turn damage numbers completely off because it's getting really hard to actually see anything close to me.
They're everywhere. Move out, Miner. Get it over with.
Reload is not great. Let's reroll that. Another flamethrower level into an overclock. Grab the +1 beams for that. Potency is okay. I'm gonna push the cryo cannon, I think. Never really had that as my primary weapon before, so I'll see what that can do.
Stage 3 done and dusted, miner. We'll have a good meal ready for you when you return.
Flamethrower level, some big crit damage.
Next.
Let's see, how are my crit sets doing? 56, 248. I guess a bit more crit chance and some movement.
Stronger. What else we got?
Potency, I don't think is really necessary. It seems to be freezing stuff almost instantly anyways. But some nice flamethrower levels.
To match it.
Load up and get going, miner. We have quotas to fulfill.
Friggin' hell.
Well done, you got them all.
I've tried to do this build several times in the past, but it seems like I always miss one of the range upgrades at level 18. The flamethrower definitely has 3 unstable overclocks, I think. I don't remember if the cryo cannon does.
Big swoon detected. Doggerman, get ready.
Yeah, it still seems to freeze them almost instantly, even without too many potency upgrades. And the balanced overclock reduced the potency a bit. Reload is just not good on it. I'll take a bit of movement speed.
Can't drop supplies for you yet. Prep the landing zone for impact. Big swoon detected. Doggerman, get ready.
Trying to get the detonators to die over there to clear a path, maybe? There we go, kind of. I guess waiting on the cryo cannon now, that'll bring me to 17. There are so many bugs right now. These are some of the worst artifacts I've ever seen, my god. I guess Clipboard of Grudges? cryo cannon damage. Try and get some rocks on them to help out the abysmally low single target. Pull them through the detonators here. Flamethrower level gets me the 18, and I finally got these spliced. Yeah, burning zones, and I think +3 beams, so there are at least 3 there. But I finally got the double weapon range. With some of the worst artifacts I've ever seen, though. Bit of movement speed.
Get it wrapped up, miner. The longer you stay, the harder it gets.
I guess some cryo damage? Level 62 on the 4th floor. You might be able to do a pretty long stalling build with the cryo cannon. But I did not get much XP on this run.
Objective completed, miner. Get to the drop pod before it heads back to orbit.
The big pickup radius is very helpful here. Bit of beam damage.
Well done, miner. Stage 4 was obviously a breeze for you, so we look forward to your easy completion of the
Cryo
stage.
damage.
More options.
XP, nah. Reload is pretty bad.
Next.
Reload potency is not great. It's okay.
Let's shake it up.
Beam damage. Sure.
It's a little extra special. Show me more.
I am not getting any nitro upgrades here. Rip.
Only one way to rouse the dreadnought. Destroy its cocoons. Kill them all, miner.
So I guess hopefully I get nitrogenic powder here for massive crit chance. Pickled nitro would be insane damage, but I would probably die with how low my damage is by default. Even over tripling it wouldn't actually let me kill the boss that fast. save that until the boss comes out in case we get the pay to win console. Another cryo cannon damage. Pickled Nitra would leave me with 12% movement speed, and I would definitely die. I probably shouldn't take that. It's so tempting though. Reload is pretty bad. Bit of beam damage. Those guys are very healthy considering I've dropped 3 rocks on them. Maybe I should have taken the pickled nitra. Yep, this one is gonna take a while. I have very weak artifacts, and the beams aren't particularly amazing at single target damage. I can at least hit them on basically any point of the screen. We will find out if Slow and Steady does indeed eventually win the race. Decent damage. They're not even half yet. I think the bugs are gonna ramp up too much. This might be the worst boss killer build I've ever had. Well, the damage numbers should look funny with how much AoE damage I've been doing. trying to squeeze through right as they get frozen, but I think I am almost out of time now. I did what I could. A bit of HP. My damage is just too weak, I think. Yeah, the artifacts were extremely bad. If I could have gotten the nitrogenic powder, maybe. But taking the pickled nitra there would have rooted me. That's probably the worst set of artifacts I've ever had. We did have 76 million total. Cryo cannon as a second weapon. Could have used some more beams on it with the legendary upgrades, would have been pretty helpful. For doing a build like this, it's pretty important to get the plus 100% damage as the balance overclock. And I didn't find that. Little more oomph is pretty bad there. I did at least get the double spliced emitters, so it looks cool. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.